Hey everyone, I'm Benny, that's Sal, this is Absolutely Marvelland DC, and today I'm going to give the story of Gotham Knights to Sal to see his opinion. He's a crazy fan of Batman, and he's not going to play the game, so I want to see what he thinks about what they decided to do with it.
Yeah.
Basically, I'm doing a Back Issues for Sal. If you don't know, Back Issues is his premier flagship show, which I didn't realize when I did that terrible movie review thing where I tell you the movie. I was basically doing Back Issues for it.
Exactly. Yeah.
Did you make that connection right away? Because I didn't.
Not directly. No, I was just like, okay, that seems fun.
So I figured I'd go through each major chapter within this game and tell you what happens in them, and you can tell me. And I'm wondering if you're going to be able to put it together before I get to the ending. Okay.
Okay.
Because I kind of did, but I didn't see this twist coming. For those who are wondering, I give the game overall a 7 out of 10 if you're going to play it alone. It's a great game. I loved it. It does have its faults. It's not a perfect game. If you're going to play it co-op, I give it a 9 out of 10. The game is built for co-op. It's incredible. It plays so good with a friend. Okay?
Yeah.
So, all right. So, let's kick this off. So, the start of this game, Sal, it starts off with a 15-minute cutscene.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. The 15-minute cutscene is Batman in a final fight with Ra's al Ghul in the Batcave.
Okay, that's cool.
They're battling it out, and Batman does not go down like a bitch at all. He just straight up battles it out with Ra's al Ghul. The battle goes great, and they both end up dying in the Batcave. Batman seals the Batcave, causes the self-destruct sequence that he apparently has in every situation that he needs to use it, and he blows it all up. Followed by a scene of Jason, Barbara, Tim, and Dick showing up to find the body of Batman. They take the body.
Gotcha.
So they have it, okay? And he goes off on the protocol of, crap, I'm dead, you guys need to take over Gotham. That's how we start the game off.
Totally.
We then get the funeral where they bury Bruce Wayne's body. He is being buried, okay? Gone.
Yeah.
We are eradicating any hopes here, but I know where your brain's at. We had Ra's al Ghul at the beginning.
Lazarus Pits. Yeah, exactly. Okay.
So the plot then moves forward to the four Bat family members meet up. They find Alfred. They go to the Belfry, and they figure out that Batman was on a last case, and the decision is that must have been what got him killed. What was Batman's last case?
I assume it's the Court of Owls because they're the villains of the game.
Well, yes. I mean, that's where it ends up going. But
Oh, okay.
It starts off with them going down and finding out that Kirk Langstrom has been killed, and they don't know who did it.
Okay,
So-
we're just killing off everybody. All right.
Yeah, right off the bat. So he was murdered, and that was the part of the last case. So you end up going around Gotham, tracking down what's going on. That leads you to running into Harley Quinn. Harley Quinn was doing something for Batman. She's not a villain, but she's not on the Suicide Squad. She's like apparently doing something, but she was helping Batman.
Okay.
But now she's back in prison. They don't even go into it. They literally say, I thought she was out of prison and helping Batman. Oh, but she's in Blackgate. Let's go over there and see what's going on.
Oh, okay. So they must have cut something.
Yeah, I don't know. They never really go into what, like, why was she in there?
Yeah.
And then there's a side quest where she does like a whole villain thing again. So it's like, okay, whatever. Maybe she's
Can you
doing
play
something
her?
villain. No, you fight against her though. She's one of the bosses. Okay?
Yeah, okay.
I'm not gonna go into the side plots because there's one for Harley, one for Clayface, and one for Mr. Freeze. It's your standard like this is a separate plot kind of a thing.
Gotcha. Okay.
So they end up they get clues that Batman's last case involves the individuals who are getting released from Blackgate and having their records expunged.
Okay.
But there's one individual who didn't ever get expunged and served his term, which is Penguin. So they go to the Iceberg Lounge and they track down Penguin and they figure out why were you doing it? And he reveals there's something deeper here. You need to track it down. And I'm not going to tell you what it is because you're not Batman. Which then leads them on a whole thing of they have to prove themselves to the villains so that the villains actually want to work with them. And Alfred being like, hey, even Batman dealt with this in the early parts of his career. They need to fear you. So that ends up you go around doing a bunch of side quests and stuff like that just to kind of build up your reputation. It's one of the slower parts of the game. And you eventually go to the Powers Club where you end up figuring out that the Court of the Owls starts popping up. And just like in the comic, they start bringing up like the Court of the Owls is a myth. It's a nursery rhyme. There's no way that they're real. But you start tracing that this was Batman's last case. He was tracking down the supposed existence of the Court of the Owls.
Okay.
But once again, now you're like, well, why? Oh, yeah. Also, at this point, they also eradicate Ra's al Ghul's body. Talia shows up, says that she's been kicked out of the League of the Assassins, and she kills Raz's body by burning it so that he can't be revived, and says that the Lazarus pits are all gone, like they don't exist.
Sure.
So at the beginning of the game, they've thrown out Revival. They have the body. We're just no more Batman. Okay.
Yeah.
We then chase down the Court of the Owls through their various means, and we discover that Jacob Kane of the Kane family is the voice of the Owls. And he always wanted Bruce to join him, but he couldn't reveal to Bruce that they existed.
Right.
But now that Bruce is gone, the court is going to take over Gotham, is what they're doing. Because Jacob Kane always knew that he was Batman. Mm-hmm. Doesn't go into how, just we knew. We're the Court of the Owls. We know everything. Okay, so you start tracking it down, and what the family puts together at this point is what is going on is that the Court of the Owls is using Dynesium to revive the Talons, which is a diluted version of the Lazarus Pits, which Ra's al Ghul took as an insult. So that's how he ended up fighting Bruce, and they had some kind of a disagreement, which is how they both ended up dying.
Okay.
But now, whoever's running the League of Assassins is here to fight against the Court of the Owls, which basically means that the Court of the Owls and the League of Assassins are going to have an all-out war in Gotham. They're going to have a war against each other over this whole thing.
And who's in charge of the League of Assassins? We haven't figured that out yet.
That hasn't been revealed. They're almost non-existent right now at this point in the story. It's all Court of the Owls and the different gangs of Gotham around the place.
Yeah. All
they're popping up, and you're like, the League is here. That's all you got. Like,
okay. Yeah, all right. Fair.
You end up basically tracking down. You have to work with people within Gotham, and you end up working with Detective Montoya. She's the only good cop because you need to find cops that'll actually arrest Jacob Kane, since he's a powerful person within Gotham. And his wife, Cassandra Kane, is running the police because Jim Gordon passed away an undetermined amount of time before the game.
Oh, okay.
So he passed away, which I think was more for Barbara's character development, because they wanted, if Jim Gordon was gone, she'll feel the loss of Batman even more.
Even harder, yeah.
Yeah, and I think that's why they did that one.
That's cool. It's smart.
Yeah, because otherwise Batman passes, she'll feel sad, but she'll just go to her father to cope with it. They needed a reason for her to be around the Bat family at all times.
Right, that's true.
So you end up tracking it down. You end up going into this big assault. You attack the big base, of where Jacob Kane is at, and you end up arresting him. And then they go through this whole thing where you're like escorting people out of the building, and you're escorting Jacob Kane, and the Bat family's like, we did it. We brought justice. Jacob Kane's like, no one's going to believe the court exists, but they found a way to link Jacob Kane to the death of Kurt Langstrom.
Okay.
So they're like, it doesn't matter if the Court of the Owls exists. You're going down for murder, and we're going to bring you in for that.
Great.
So you're like, oh, cool. It's all wrapping up. Only to have Talia al Ghul use a mystical spirit arrow to kill Jacob Kane. There's mystical powers are linked to the Lazarus Pits. That's how Jason has his jumping and all that crap. So,
all right.
We then chase down Talia, only for the big reveal. She's the one in charge of the League of Assassins.
All right,
and she lied to you. She was never kicked out of the League of Assassins. She is in charge of it, and she wanted the revenge against the Court of the Owls.
Yeah.
But now that the Court of the Owls' voice has been removed, they're going to eradicate Gotham by getting rid of everything within the Court of the Owls.
Okay.
At any point, you think do you have an idea of where this is going at this point?
I mean, I have to assume they're going to be resurrecting Batman using Dionysium or Electrium or whatever the hell. But the question is he going to be a Talon? Probably a Talon. They have to fight.
You literally just called the plot. So.
It's just, you
go around Gotham, you put together a few more clues, you find out there's a Lazarus pit underneath Gotham. It turns out it was connected to the Batcave the whole time.
Okay.
So you go down there, you find the Lazarus pit where Talia is resurrecting the general of her army,
yes,
Bruce Wayne. And she's found a way to brainwash him so that he thinks that he is, like, everyone died and he's the only one left.
Okay.
So he's battling against you.
Okay.
So they bring him back so that he could fight against you for the final battle in the game. Right. You break him out of his brainwashing, have a touching moment, like Jason and him. He acknowledges Jason moved on. Barbara, he says, is just like her father. Dick is my favorite. When Dick beats him, he immediately gets cut in the back by Talia because she misses and cuts Bruce for some reason. And Nightwing's like, you can't die again. Alfred will kill me.
I love it.
You then have a battle with Talia, because now Bruce is like injured from protecting whichever character you are at the time. You have a battle with Talia, only to have that interrupted by the Talons showing up, because the new voice of the court has figured out what is going on. It is down here to stop her. So now the Talons are there, and you fight one more round against Talia, and when you defeat Talia, Bruce has like crawled away to the Batwing, which is crash landed in there.
Okay.
And he tells you to get out. He's already dying, and you get to have this one heartfelt discussion with him where they find whoever you are gets to say goodbye to him again.
Okay.
And he gets to say goodbye. And then he goes into what he really scared in Gotham was the rich, because they ignore the rules and they just do whatever they want. It's not the crooks. He can deal with the crooks. And then he literally launches the Batwing into the Lazarus pit, blowing up the whole thing.
Okay.
And so that is the plot to Gotham Knights.
All right.
The reason I wanted to bring this up to you is a lot of people have been like, oh, I could see it coming a mile away. And I saw it coming. I didn't think he was good. I thought they were going to revive him. I didn't think he'd be the last boss.
Right.
I thought
that makes no sense if you want to make him the last boss. Yeah.
But you called it as soon as I brought up Talia.
Oh, okay.
So.
Yeah, he's a bad guy. Yeah. I mean, like, I love that he smashed himself into a Lazarus pit so we can bring him back to, like, in the next game.
They claim that there was no remains left at this point. It's all buried and gone.
We couldn't find it.
Yeah.
We couldn't find him. Sure. Man, you know, the idea of the Gotham Knights game originally when they were like, Batman's dead, I'm like, that sucks. I don't play that. Like, just have him be on a mission. Like, why do you need to have to kill off Batman? Like, you know, and it's like, because it has to matter. It has to have stakes and have to feel. And
well, the whole plot of the game is the four of them dealing with the loss of their mentor, and what does it mean? Can they overcome and become the new Guardian of Gotham? Can they do it?
Right.
Which I felt if you play it, the back and forth between the characters and everything, which is where the heart of this game is at, not the main plot.
Right.
It really hits that. It really does a good job.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah.
Nice. All right, cool. I mean, like, the game sounds fun, at least as far as story goes. You know, at least they thought
it's a lot of fun.
I was worried that it was just going to be like a kind of, like, you know.
Avengers?
Yeah. Yeah. Avengers isn't great.
No, I had a blast with it, though. I thought the story you can kind of see coming a mile away. My argument at the beginning was if they bring back Bruce Wayne, all of the heart of the story is going to get thrown out because now all the sidekicks are just going to, well, he's back, it's whatever.
Yeah, but at the same time, like, we had it. You know, like, we did it. We did the thing.
Well, and they killed him
sad.
again, so he's gone.
Right.
Like they get to say a goodbye again, and he's gone.
That's true.
So for those who are wondering, Natalie rushed the storyline, and that took her about 12 to 15 hours, and I spent about 30 hours before finishing it just by going around the city and doing Batman-related stuff. So
okay.
But yeah, I liked the game. I thought it was great. It's got some problems, but I thought it was good. I wanted to get your opinion on that story, though. Where would you rate that story?
I mean, if it does, you know, it's funny. Hassan reminded me of Spider-Man PS4, and like, it's similar in terms of like, you know, it deliberately trying to like, you know, pull at your heartstrings while also like being kind of like a greatest hits album of all the characters in the universe that you're in. So like, I'd put it like I think your 7 or 8 is pretty good. You know, as far as like, you know, especially if the point of the game is to have a combo of characters and to be about like the next generation of Gotham. So yeah, that seems good.
So, yeah,
7 or 8.
All right, cool. I know a little bit different video, but hey, we had to talk about Gotham Knights. Is what we do. Hope you guys enjoyed. My name is Benny. That is Sal. Let me know what you think about Gotham Knights down below, and we'll talk to you guys next time right here.